Like it says they're waiting. It says waiting for Canadian or Canada Gridiron or whatever, but I don't see anything like on the fucking thing. Like what the fuck?
Oh, we're live. We're live. I got
All right, there we
it. I
go.
got it.
Oh,
I
I'm
saw
seeing
it. Like I. All right. Our audio's sounding good.
Yeah, no, I think we sound fine. Should sound fine now. If anybody who watches this back,
Now everyone can shut up. Everyone can shut up about the audio now. We knew it was bad. There was nothing we could have done after we recorded. Everyone can shut up about the audio now.
we got guys fired up in here, man. We got guys fired up about the audio, fired up about the Knicks.
On, Gabe. Come on. Knicks in 5.
Fired up. About
Outfit change mid pod.
oh, classic.
Knicks in 5. Spurs and. All right, guys, welcome back to Canada Gridiron. This is week 2 coverage. I am your host. I am Dylan. I'll let these guys introduce themselves.
I'm Kyle, Argos Nation, owner.
I'm Adam. I'm fan of the best team in the world, New York Knicks.
I'm Matthew. I'm fan of the best CFL team, the Winnipeg Blue Bombers.
What?
Yeah, doubt. And Matthew is a new guest. Not a new guest. He's a host with us now. He wasn't the guy that was supposed to be here last week, but he is the guy that's going to be here from now on. So welcome back. We are covering all the week 1 games. We are covering some of the news that happened, and we are previewing the games that are coming up this week. It's not a 3-game week. Isn't that awesome?
Yeah, you gotta love all the buys we're thrown in, just because. Well, I mean, it's really just the World Cup screwing everything up, but
yeah,
is what it is.
I love that Lions, Riders, and Argos fans started a pod, and all 3 of their teams were on bye week 1.
I mean, at least we have a guy here now
but
who's got something to speak of firsthand last week.
Yeah, fucking absolute cinema. I mean, like.
Do that. Give him the floor to do that. What do you want to say about your teams week 1?
I mean, all I gotta say is, why are we not number 1 in power rankings? All right, like I haven't seen a better performance out of any other team in the league yet. Like that was some crazy shit I got to see. But no, yeah, I'm very proud of how we played. I think our defense did really well, and I'm just excited for what's to come.
I definitely argue that Montreal had a better performance, but yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
All right, speaking of Montreal, let's get into that game. Montreal and Hamilton. First regular season game of the year with the new rules. What do you guys think of the new rules?
What were the...
I mean, in theory, like, the rules being changed did cause overtime to happen, but at the same time, like, I'm still not a fan of it.
Just come off.
Because, like, if...
Fake Knicks fan.
No, because episode 1 I wore it. Episode 2 I want to, like, defer to myself so I can, like, remember. You know what I mean?
So you don't seem like a casual?
No, I just want to, like, if I wear the same thing every time, it's, like, forget which episode it's from, so.
Good point.
Yeah.
All right. What were you saying, Kyle?
Well, basically, like, I'm pretty sure it was Montreal who kicked a ball or whatever and went out of the end zone. And, previously they would have got a rouge, but they didn't. And, the game obviously went to overtime at 27-27. So, game would have been different or looked different at the end. If the rouge counted, like, it would have been a lot more quirky. But I still don't know. Like, it did affect the game, I guess, but I'm still not a fan of it.
Yeah, I'm boxing right now. I can't lie. What do you have? The rules? I didn't really notice the rules too much. Sorry?
First game with the new rules.
I honestly didn't notice the rules. I can't lie. Like I watched like 2 games. I was too busy, but I didn't notice. I want to hear y'all's opinions because I feel like my view is I can't talk about it. Dylan,
Matthew,
you look great today, though.
pardon?
You look great today.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You look
I
superb.
don't know. All that green, I don't know about, but we'll live with it. Yeah, I don't know. I mean,
Sorry,
the
what?
rules didn't do a whole lot for me. I don't know. Like, I also didn't get to watch all the games, so I didn't get a whole lot of content out of that. But from what I saw, it didn't really make too much of a difference. I did notice that like it felt like there was a lot more plays, which is kind of nice. But really, anything else, not really.
It's kind of interesting
I
how
mean-
in preseason, like the games seem to be going by like pretty quick. Like even the games that were on TSN for preseason went by in like 2.5 hours. So I kind of thought they might run into the same problem. But all the games were still 3 hours. So I don't really know what to say about that. It's kind of interesting.
We'll definitely see as the season goes along whether that's just like a off thing or that's actually the trend.
Yeah, no, maybe we
But,
get to like 2:45 or something like that, where it's just still not like the full 3, but it's a little bit shorter.
Yeah, what the game I got to watch the most this weekend was I didn't watch any of the games in its entirety, but the game I got to watch the most was Winnipeg and Calgary, sorry, and it's obviously we're fast forwarding a little bit, but anyone who watched that Winnipeg Calgary game knows that the Rouges literally cost Calgary the game because they allowed 3 of those to go back when they didn't need to. And they lost by 2. But on top of all of that, obviously this is a kicker's fault, but this is also a fault on Craig Dickinson, their special teams coordinator, that he must not have clarified the new rules to the kicker. Because after Calgary took the lead by 1 at the end of the game, he kicks it out the back of the end zone. No point for Calgary, and Winnipeg's now got the ball on their 40-yard line, a minute left, and all they need is a field goal. That blatantly cost them the game. Yeah. So
Overall, I mean, it's not like something we're gonna notice like week to week, like constantly.
Absolutely.
Like, how the things will be next year, but I mean,
oh yeah,
no, obviously, yeah, but just as time goes on, there'll be a moment where I'll probably get a lot more pissed about it because in action it doesn't make the biggest difference ever, but still would be nice for the returners to like have to do their job. So
yeah. All right. Hamilton had this game in their hand, and they quite literally fumbled it away. They were up 14 and blew that lead, and in overtime, they fumbled on the very first play, and Montreal walked it off. What went wrong for Hamilton?
Well, I gotta say it's because they're Hamilton. At the end of the day, they're big-time chokers. This ain't nothing new for them. They show up to the field every week and give their fans hope and consistently take it away. And, I love to see it. I did think they were, probably going to win that game when they were up by 2 scores there in the third quarter. But, yeah, it's just so Hamilton, honestly, to lose that game. I don't expect anything different out of them.
Adam?
Hamilton. I think I had what day of the week was this game?
Thursday. First game.
Thursday. I practiced, but I didn't see this game. So obviously I saw the end of it though. I watched the highlights because I'm a fan, and it reminded me of last year BC versus Hamilton. Game went to overtime, and then Hamilton had a chance to take a lead in overtime. They fumbled near the red zone. BC came down, won the game like usual, but it's giving me that PTSD of Hamilton at home in overtime. Were they like up for most of the game? Were they?
They did have a 14-point lead in the third.
Okay, so kind of like the Spurs tonight. So they were. The thing was, I think Hamilton. They have to pull it together. I think it's because their quarterback. I'm not a big Bo guy, like me personally, because he played in Calgary. I think he's overrated. I don't know why he was even considered for MOP last year. Obviously, Nathan Rourke should have been a unanimous MOP. But I think Hamilton needs to just work on like actually winning games without like choking them in the end. That's pretty important.
Wait till this guy finds out about the. Anyways, what do you think, Matthew?
Like you said, I didn't really have much time to see that game as well, but yeah, no, like Kyle also said, very Hamilton to throw that one away, and yeah, I mean, also not really a big Bo guy. I think he's overhyped. I think his prime is long gone, and it's time for him to retire, honestly. But yeah, it's time for him to go.
Yeah, my kind of
A lot of
take on
both.
it is like I just think he's low key just gonna get that noodle arm again. Like that little like hiccup he had when he like first got to Hamilton, like he's gonna resort back to that. Like there's no way.
Yeah, kind of like Fajardo back in Saskatchewan before he left. Y'all remember? Dylan, you remember?
You are not rage baiting me.
Remember you couldn't throw a ball more than 20 yards? That was bad. That was bad.
Yeah, remember when he won a Grey Cup versus Rourke's at?
What? Wait, who do you beat though? Matthew?
No, bro. I don't want to hear about it, bro.
Matthew somehow.
Nah, I don't know. We should talk about how fun those years were, though. That we made the Grey Cup all those years. Just how fun they were, you know.
No, we don't want to talk. Anyways, you guys may not have watched much of the game, but what I'm sure we all saw was Tyson Philpott's catch. What do we think of that?
I mean, got to be one of the contestants for early catch of the year. I mean, it's only been 1 week, but even when you look at it, probably like 8 weeks from now, still probably be up there as one of the best. Gonna be hard to top. I'd have to see it again, to be honest with you. But I know it was good. I've seen it a couple times, but I can't like totally envision it right now. But
I thought, off the bat, I thought it was like a crazy one-handed catch, but it was a great throw. People
Absolutely.
Davis made a great throw, but also Tyson kind of made his defender go in that position. It was a great catch, obviously, but I thought he like one-handed pinned it. He didn't, but it was still a great catch, obviously. But Dylan, I have a question for you. Who did you draft in fantasy in the first round before Tyson Philpott?
In the first round, Brady Oliveira.
In the second round.
I believe I'm Mitchell.
Third round, sorry.
Do you want to keep counting?
Third round. Who do you got?
I would like to keep counting.
No. This guy who I can't remember, get a random Canadian receiver over Tyson Philpott. Is that guy making that catch? No. Tyson Philpott is the best Canadian receiver in the league. I'm saying it right there. Over Justin McInnes, yes.
Absolutely, yes. I didn't realize he was still on the board. Okay, that was because the CFL draft website sucks.
Did you get like Dejon Brissett or something? Who did you get? Like something
No,
horrible.
I took Mattel.
Kevin Mattal. That's still fucking horrible. Sorry, that's horrible.
how was that horrible?
I wouldn't have done
last year.
if I knew Philpott was still on the board, but he was at the bottom of the fucking board. I'm not scrolling all the way down.
Matthew, what do you think about it?
Well, when I first saw the catch, I thought he had like pinned it on the guy's back or like some crazy like one-handed shit like that. But then like you go look in the catch and it's like it's impressive, but I think there's definitely gonna be way better by like week 8, week 9, and it's not really gonna be anything considered. But at first glance, it was really impressive.
Y'all are some haters, because I do agree that Davis made a really great throw. He definitely threaded the needle on that throw, but I was talking with Derek about this, and a good quarterback will lead you over the shoulders. He won't force you to make a play, and that's exactly what Tyson Philpott did. He had to basically fall down on his back with the defender falling down on him and catch it in the right spot and tuck it in without it popping out, without the defender taking it from him, without it jarring loose or whatever. Great throw for sure. Davis deserves the credit, but Philpott definitely made a play. All right, and I know this is going to spark some controversy with the person to the right of me, but is Montreal the favorites to win the East? Hello?
Oh, I'm not to the right of you on my
I
screen.
thought my mic was muted.
No,
I'm like, who is-
I'm not to the right of you on the screen though. So that's why I was a little confused.
You're the only fan here.
I wasn't cluing in for a second. Yeah, no, it's gonna be a big week. Everybody knows, what time it is. They really do. They should know.
Oh, oh,
Everything's gonna be unleashed. It's been years at this point, a year and a half, and I'm just licking my chops, honestly, and I'm so disappointed because Jake Kerslow has been ruled out for this game, and that's harming white boy summer, with Jake Kerslow, Chad Kelly, and Isaac Darkangelo. So it's hurting me.
Joe Robustelli will carry.
What was that?
Joe Robustelli will carry White Boy Summer.
No, it'll be Chad Kelly, but yeah, no, like this game, it means a lot. Toronto and Montreal, it's becoming a more meaningful, hidden in the lines rivalry in the CFL. Like so many big games in the last 5 years between them. So it's gonna be a bloodbath. I mean, I'm pretty sure this has got to be the first time Davis Alexander and Chad Kelly have played in the same game. So it's probably just going to be fireworks. Probably a lot of bullshit, to be honest. But it's going to be high scoring.
All right. Is Montreal the favorites to win the East, though?
No. I mean, on paper, I would say yes. But,
We heard that.
That was not me.
No, they're not. I mean, they obviously have the pieces to go far, because but we've also been there. We just had a down year. Last year was bullshit. And yeah, we do have 12 road games, but even if we go 4-8 on the road and win all those home games, 10-8, that might be enough.
Adam?
Talk to me about favorite in the East, Montreal.
Is Montreal the favorite to win the East?
Yeah. Toronto for sure isn't. Hamilton, no, Montreal is, yeah. It's basically a 3-team division. Ottawa sucks, and Toronto sucks too. It's 2-team division. I think Hamilton and Montreal are going to be close, but I think Montreal.
No.
So you think we just had an East final preview last weekend?
No.
Yeah, I think the game we're going to see this week between BC and Saskatchewan's a West final preview too.
I agree.
I disagree.
Matthew, what do you think?
No, I honestly, this is not Kyle Glaze here, but I think Toronto is gonna go far this year, and I think the odds are stacked against them, but I think Montreal is just all hype. Davis Alexander has already shown that he can't execute in the Grey Cup, so when it comes to Toronto, they have, and I think Chad Kelly is gonna do it this year, at least in terms of going to the Grey Cup. I don't know if he's gonna win it, but I think he's the favorite out of the East.
I mean, outside of the Grey Cup, Davis Alexander hasn't lost a game, so there's no reason to believe that he's not.
I also don't think it's for sure. Obviously, Kelly broke his leg, but he missed games the other year for different issues.
What do you do?
Nobody really knows. But the thing is, I don't believe Davis Alexander could stay healthy. I do think he is good enough, but I just. I don't like him anyways, but I just don't think he can stay healthy, honestly.
I mean, that's rich to come from a guy whose quarterback hasn't played in 18 months.
Yeah, but okay, so you break your leg, going for the Grey Cup, shit happens. Then you come back the next year, your team's fucking 3-10. Are you hopping on the field? Basically no chance of making the playoffs. Your O-line is garbage. Even the management, why would you put him out there? It didn't really make any sense at a point.
Yeah. All right. Fuck, I lost where I was. So Winnipeg and Calgary, there was definitely some questionable coaching from Calgary that I've already gotten into because we talked about the special teams coaching, but definitely on Dave Dickinson's end, kind of a questionable decision to score with a minute left when you know your opponent only needs a field goal. What do we think about Calgary doing that?
I mean, it's kind of one of the
Kyle, this is you.
What'd you say? Yeah, well, I mean, no, like, it's a problem you're gonna run into sometimes in football anyways. Like, you need to take the lead, but, it's, you don't have the time to run it out, especially in the CFL. And, you only have 3 downs, so, like, you can only milk so much clock. And when you need to take the lead, like, you gotta just score the touchdown at some point. So it's kind of a tough situation there, where you need to make something happen at some point. It's just like you can't let it slip away if it's right there in front of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Adam?
Yeah. I think Calgary, it's you can't just like obviously like delay like your touchdown at the end. Like you can like maybe try like waste some clock, but I do agree with like just going for it and like trying to score because you gotta like trust your defense in the same way as like you gotta trust your offense. But I don't think they did anything wrong because Winnipeg's offense, in my opinion, is they suck. So just like giving them the ball to win the game, I really don't hate that at all. Obviously Sergio Castillo is a good kicker, but there was wind. It's a fluke, honestly, in my opinion. I don't hate the decision there at all. So I'm interested to see what Matthew says about it.
So I just gotta find some glasses that work. These weren't working for that take. Let me just see if I can find some other ones. Our offense just got way better this year. We do not have an ass offense, and we've shown that we can win games already. So that's a terrible take.
All right. Now I have a question, and it's related to this, and I'm gonna get mixed reviews from this from Adam and Matthew. Is Winnipeg back?
No.
Start with Matthew.
I don't know if we could say back just yet, but I mean, like, that first game was very promising. Also, I don't know who was saying it, but it's so hard to go off week 1. Like, is Calgary good or is Winnipeg good? Is Calgary ass? Like, it's hard to say, right? Because it's only week 1. But as we get, no. But as we get deeper into the weeks, we'll find out. But I'd say we're back, maybe.
Adam?
No. To keep it simple, no. I do have. I don't know why you said is Winnipeg back. They were never here. I think their window closed 3 years ago. Ever since that Tyson Philpott catch, they're done. Like they're not scary. Their fans are annoying as hell. They just don't. They're not back. And I don't like how they're decent. Okay, they're back. They're not back. The only teams that are like still in their like good era is Saskatchewan and BC. And again, Montreal, okay, to Montreal, but Winnipeg they're just there. They're not with the big boys, and I don't think they're back because one win against Calgary, like barely winning. I don't see it, and I think Winnipeg fans they do nothing but like think they're the shit, but they're not the shit. They think okay, we're back. But like they got nothing else going on in their life, so they have to be so like happy about their team. They're not back. They're not back. Zach Hilaros is not good. Brady Oliveira is solid, but they're not back. They're not back. 2021 Bombers, 2022 Bombers. That is a good team. This team is not even close.
I do want to say that you said their run ended there with Tyson Philpott's catch, but it actually did.
It did.
It actually ended with Robbie Smith's fingertips. But I do want to pipe
That
in
sounds
here and say
weird
that
as fuck, Kyle.
I actually do believe that the Bombers are back. I respect quality teams that I got to see in big games every year. And these boys are back. Jake Seresna's an absolute dog, championship player. Just half his career's been bummed out on the Elks, most of it actually. And the 1 year he wasn't on the Elks, I mean, the guy won a championship. So, I mean, you're going to have Willie Jefferson out there, Jake Seresna. I mean, I have questions about the offense, but I do think Caleros and, like, having like the experience with Mike O'Shea and everything, like just having done it so many times is like so massive. And realistically, like if they were to get into the playoffs, let's say they beat BC in round 1 or something like that, and then played Saskatchewan. I mean, that anybody can win a Saskatchewan Bombers game. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. Well, as a guy who cheers for the rivals of Winnipeg, I feel like I am the one that is allowed to hate watch, and I am not going to hate watch because I understand that this team is not one that you're going to write off. I spent my entire childhood with Calgary being that team, the one that you always circle on the calendar and say, hey, we play this team. This is a big win if we get it. And Winnipeg had a down year last year, but Calgary had down years in their run, and the next year they were always back. And only time will tell for me if Winnipeg's back. I think their games against BC and their games against Saskatchewan will be the true test. If they can hang with the big boys and if they can pull off some wins, then they're definitely back. But if they can't do that, then they're just going to be a meddling third, fourth place team in the West. Maybe good enough for the crossover, maybe good enough to travel to one of the two provinces in November and lose a playoff game. We're going to have to wait and see for that. But I remember this team being 2-6 in 2024 with BC and Saskatchewan both being 5-1. And guess who won that fucking division? Yeah.
Are you not a Rider fan?
I am a Rider fan, but I'm also not a fucking delusional fan.
You're an idiot. Okay, Derek said Kyle, Derek said you're too quiet, so raise the volume.
I don't know how the hell I'm gonna fix it right now. I mean, it shouldn't
just start yelling, bro. Fuck it.
Yeah, no, but I will say that no matter what, like Winnipeg is like a 3rd seed, is still super dangerous. Like no matter what, like if they're gonna have Zach out there and the other pieces that they've had for a long time, like they'll still be dangerous.
I will say Winnipeg is a 3rd seed. I wouldn't fear. The biggest fear of Winnipeg is having to go into Princess Auto Stadium and having to play with that loud crowd yelling at you every time you're on the field on offense. It makes things incredibly hard. And that's the reason why for, I think it was 6 years, the Riders didn't win a single game there. And the 1 year we don't have to go to Winnipeg in the playoffs is the 1 year we got it done. But the thing with 3rd seeds is it's a miracle run if you do it. Like we've seen 3 seeds win. Winnipeg won their first of those 2 Grey Cups as a 3 seed, but they're the only team in the last 20 years that's done it. 3 seeds are a long shot, so if they're a 3 seed, I wouldn't fear them. They got to get a top 2 seed if they want to really be back and go into the Grey Cup this year.
All right, enough about Winnipeg.
No. Anyways,
hold on I just see somebody in the chat just said fuck the Bomber fans, and I'm just looking around for the Nathan Rourke Grey Cup chip, and I can't seem to find it.
Check back in the year, buddy.
That's all I got to
say. Hey. Read the hat. I'm the one with the leverage right now.
Till the ball
Grey Cup champions, bitch. Raise our fucking banner in our stadium with Adam's team in the corner watching what they could have had, and they're gonna watch it happen.
It's called foreshadowing. It's all foreshadowing. We're gonna see this banner and we're like, this is ours next year. So
you're gonna see it again next year in Mosaic Stadium.
Yeah, because it doesn't leave. It just stays there. You don't take the banner away. We'll see. Yeah, we'll see it again next year.
We'll see a new one next year.
Oh, we're not, buddy.
Oh yeah, but we are.
You're gonna start putting up banners for like East or West Division titles.
Sounds like the Mariners.
Cups. AC hasn't had one since I was 9 years old.
How old are you?
4.
Damn. I think that's more of a diss for you than BC. I can't lie.
And you know when the last time I saw a Rider Grey Cup championship banner was? When I was 24.
Damn, man. I'm not even gonna hate because you're old. Like that's just mean. All right, what else?
All right. we're not going to spend a lot of time on this because I don't think anyone wants to spend a lot of time on this game. But Edmonton played Ottawa, and I guess the notable takeaway of it is Justin Rankin had a very insane game. What do we think? I think this guy's NFL bound after this season because like he was unstoppable last year. Looks like he hasn't slowed down at all.
How old is he?
Let me go check that real quick.
Why?
Well,
To see his
28.
Oh, he's not playing a single down in the NFL.
I don't think he's going to play it down, but I think he'll
get
sign there.
He'll get a shot, but he's not 28-year-old running back. As good as he is, damaged goods. Damaged goods.
But he is insane. He is absolutely insane.
He is. But
I definitely think this is a guy that can single-handedly carry Edmonton's offenses to wins. You don't even need Fajardo or the receivers. You just need Justin Rankin.
I'm not arguing that he's a good player. I'm just saying the fact that he's 28 years old, he's not playing.
I don't think he's going to play it down. I agree with you there.
No, very good player though. I mean, he's the only guy who made this game interesting whatsoever. Like,
absolutely.
Honestly, like Ottawa is just such a piss off to watch, and I loved seeing the things that I hated about Dinwiddie. Just him do it. For their team. So I didn't have to sit there and hold him accountable. I mean, it's actually egregious how a coach who's won 2 Grey Cups and has the greatest regular season record of all time will not sneak the football. And like continues to get stuffed on it like year after year, team after team, switching personnel. Had Andrew Harris, AJ Ouellette still ran the same garbage. Just saying, same problems are following the guy.
Do you two guys got any thoughts on Justin Rankin or Ryan Dinwiddie?
Justin Rankin's pretty good. Ryan Dinwiddie's pretty bad. Matthew?
Yeah, I don't think he's going to the NFL. But yeah, and Dinwiddie's shit. There's not much more to say than that.
All right, we don't need to spend a lot of time on this one, but is Edmonton legit or is this just a flash in the pan?
Legit. At a point here, you've gathered so many pieces. No. Not just because they beat Ottawa, but honestly, at a point, you just gather so many pieces. And they were such idiots last year for having Fajardo be their starter. And
you mean the backup?
Not be their starter, sorry. And they would have. They're going to be a better team. I mean, I don't know if they'll make the playoffs, but they'll be pretty competitive for it. Like, it won't be like other years where they're just totally getting shit canned.
I know Adam wants to say something.
You just called Edmonton legit. What? Are you kidding me?
Well,
Edmonton,
legit,
dude.
In, like a playoff threat, like a formidable team, like could beat you in a game. Like,
okay, it could be in a game. Yeah, it could be in a game. Okay.
They beat Saskatchewan last year and they still weren't shit.
Yeah, no, they're they're pretty all right. Like, I don't know.
You play 18 games? Like, you're gonna beat teams. I don't think this Edmonton team is, I still think they're the worst team in the West. I don't think anyone in the West is worse than Edmonton. Give me a team, they're not worse than Edmonton. I don't like
BC.
Somebody will have to be.
BC.
But what I'm saying is Edmonton went out and stole like most of Hamilton's O-line.
Okay, East. They're better than some East. Sure.
Toronto, way, I mean, they built up their O-line. They got a championship quarterback. They have like one of the best running backs in the CFL. Like, if their defense can figure it out and they can like finish games that they couldn't finish last year, like they'll be a playoff team. I'm not confident.
Do you think,
but
Matthew?
I don't know how far I take it as to say legit, but I do think like they could sneak in and they could beat a couple teams and go all the way to win it. Like, I don't know if this is the team to do it, but I'm saying within the next like year, maybe 2, I think that they could go pretty deep and win it all. But I think until then, there's a couple teams above them that just they're not the favorites yet.
Yeah, I've said this a lot. Oh, no one thinks they're the favorites. Not a shot in hell, but I said this
No,
a
but even in
lot,
the future.
like, do you remember when Matt Nichols came to Winnipeg? How this Matt Nichols was never going to be the guy that took Winnipeg to the Grey Cup and won, but he was the guy that changed the culture from a bad team to a place that people wanted to go, and it helped them build the roster and the culture that eventually, when Zach Collaros came in, led to the Grey Cup win. I don't think Cody Fajardo is going to ever be the guy that brings Edmonton to a Grey Cup, but I think that if he can put together good football, Edmonton will build a winning culture. And eventually, when Cody Fajardo's probably done playing football, they will find they could find a quarterback, and that could be the team that wins it. So I do think Edmonton's on the right path, but I don't know about them being legit. I think that Saskatchewan, BC, and Winnipeg will handle them, and maybe even Calgary.
Yeah, that's actually what I was going to mention. So Derek put in the chat who's falling out if the Elks are in. I would probably say the Stamps, just because it seems like the most logical one. Or honestly, as much as I believe in the Bombers, if Collaros gets hurt and El Guerisma's a bust, then I would say them. But
Looking at the chat, looks like Derek has schizophrenia.
Honestly, I'll agree with Kyle there. I don't think El Guerisma is the guy to take over after Collaros. So I think if he gets hurt, it's them.
I think if Collaros doesn't get hurt, it might be done.
I don't know about that. that might be rage bait right there.
okay, so like Derek's like, what do we consider as legit? Like, I don't know. For me, I would consider legit as like you could make the playoffs and like win a game. Like making the playoffs, I'd say is legit. Like anybody who makes the playoffs in the CFL has a chance. Like
for me, it's even if it's just a 1% chance, you have a chance to win the Grey Cup, because we all know Ottawa doesn't have a chance. They're not legit. Like if you have a chance to win the Grey Cup, then even if it's just a small one, like Winnipeg had a small chance in 2019 and they went and did it. But if you have a chance at all, then yeah, you're legit to me.
yeah, so should we move into the week 2 matchups?
Well, I don't want to talk about Ottawa, so yes, let's move into the week 2 matchups. The first game of the week is Hamilton in Winnipeg, and I feel like there's no one better to start this off with than Matthew Boyley. What do you think about this game?
Well, I get to actually go to this game, see it firsthand, and I'm gonna watch the Bombers shit on some Tiger Cats here. Like I said, I don't think Hamilton's all that, but I think that first game with Montreal is definitely something to note. I think that they could take over in like the first half, but then the Bombers are just going to play second half football, just textbook, great fucking defense, and we're going to come back and win it. And I think, like you said about when it comes to the Riders coming here, the fans, just sell it after sell it. I think that that's going to definitely have some impact on how that game turns out. But
game isn't sold out yet.
Yeah, it isn't. I don't know how many tickets are left. Probably like 800, 700. I don't know where we're at right now, but I think it's less than 1,000, but it's going to sell.
I don't think you get a sellout every game like you did last year.
No, I don't think we will. I don't think we will either.
This game should be sold out.
Yeah, I do think this one will. I don't think every game, though.
All right, so what does Hamilton need to do to bounce back?
Well, I mean, get a lead and hold on to it. They actually are a pretty sound team for the most part for 3 quarters. Seems like pretty consistently. Like, honestly, like as much as I want to hate, like they should be winning these games. So they just gotta finish, man. They literally just can't turn the ball over. Just classic stuff by them, though. It's baked in their DNA, so I don't really see it changing anytime soon. The drought is not ending this year. So at the end of the day, they can do whatever they want at the drawing board. It ain't going to work out. But yeah, they got to hold on to the ball.
Adam?
I feel like every single season when Hamilton and Winnipeg play, there's always a Hamilton blowout every year against Winnipeg, and this is one of those games. I think Kenny Lawler is gonna have like a crazy game, like 200 yards, 3 touchdowns. I think he's gonna because Winnipeg's defense is garbage. Evan Holm, like nobody is worried about you, buddy. Kenny Lawler is gonna have a huge day. I think it's one of those games where at halftime, Matthew and his family are just going home. Like I don't see this being a very close game. I think Hamilton just runs away with this one. I don't think they have to worry about anything. Just don't take stupid penalties. I think that's all I got to worry about.
What do you have to say about that, Matthew?
I think at halftime, it sounds like more tickets might be purchased to watch some just some great football out of the Bombers. Need to bring the whole family. Invite the cousins too and everything.
Damn, it's gonna be a big funeral. I don't know if they all want to see that.
I don't know
It's
if
gonna
the
be
funeral
embarrassing.
is going to go down in one game. You were supposed, the BC Lions, they were supposed to give the Bombers the funeral for so long, and I mean,
No, we did that
Here we
in
are.
2023.
Here we are. It's still no funeral for the Bombers. I've had my fair share, and I did wear black to those funerals.
Okay, why they didn't even make the West Final last year? We did.
Whoa, geez.
What happened,
West
Adam?
Final, man. You're in the West
What
Final.
happened? What happened in the West
You
Final?
can't say we didn't. They didn't even make it.
What
okay?
happened in the West Final?
I don't care about your little fantasy rider. Whoa, I don't care. We're talking about Winnipeg and
Oh,
BC
the banner
here.
that were raised on Saturday Fantasy too. Let's see if your players agree with that.
Okay, sorry, man. I didn't mean to do that to you, but all I'm saying is it can't be a funeral if you're not even above us. We're okay. We're in the ground, sure, but you're below us because you didn't even make it there.
Well, you're 0-0 and they're 1-0. So technically they're above you.
Who has more points given up?
What?
They have more points given up. Think about that.
Who has more points for?
Them, obviously. We haven't played a game, idiot.
Okay, so
All right,
Derek's
next
in the chat right now. Dylan, he's trying to grill you about the lack of a sellout at the Ryder game. Considering that you were on the Winnipeg fans there. So we want to know why the Saskatchewan game is not close to a sellout yet for your banner raising.
Okay, well, before I start, I'm just going to clear up the Winnipeg thing. I wasn't making fun of Matthew. I was just pointing out that he said this was a sold-out crowd, and I'm like, no, it's not sold out yet. I wasn't making fun of him.
I was.
But as for why this game is not sold out yet, there is no excuse. I mean, you can talk about ticket prices. You can talk about, this, that, blah, blah, blah. At the end of the day, you don't raise a banner every year. And when you do raise a banner, you only get to do that once in a year. So if you're not finding any way possible to get to the game as a fan of the team, then you're not doing something right.
I will mention that last year the Argos did give out 20,000 championship replica rings just for showing up to the game.
So did each fan get two?
Are the Riders doing that?
I've heard that they're doing that. I'll confirm with you on Saturday. I will be at the game.
Okay. All right, because I don't know. For Toronto, that seemed to drive some more traffic last year. Maybe 3,000 extra people, but...
I mean, it's one thing for Toronto, who has no fan base. We claim to be the biggest fan base in the league. So it's like, if you're not... Obviously, there is exceptions. Some people just genuinely can't make the game. But if you're not finding any way possible to make the game, what are you doing? Year, and when you do, you're only raising it once in a year. Go and celebrate. Go there, watch it, celebrate. That's a memory of a lifetime.
I do agree, except for the banner raisings I've seen have not been too exciting whatsoever.
The balloons.
Yeah.
It's not thrilling beating BC in the West Final, but you only get to do that when you win a championship. And I know Derek doesn't care about championships, but I do.
That's just crazy.
Those who don't know.
At least they had fun though, right?
Yeah, they had fun. Hey, you had fun. It's okay that you lost the West Final, Adam, because at least you had fun.
At least they got Nathan Rourke. for the rest of his career.
Yeah,
I'm not a-
at least you're willing to die for that.
I am. No, I am. I am. Like I'm here with your Nathan Rourke hate. Okay, I'm here. I'm almost past my breaking point. Okay.
The biggest instigator is getting instigated.
Well, you're. Don't talk about my quarterback, please. Don't talk about him like that.
Actually, I really want to talk about my quarterback. So if we can move.
We know you want to talk about
man,
him, but the rest.
Man, I'm
Go ahead, get it over with.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the second game of the second week of the CFL season, going to be absolutely legendary. It's going to be the return of a future CFL all-time great, Chad Kelly, former MOP, two-time Grey Cup champion, ladies and gentlemen. He's been injured for a year and a half, but here we go. Here we go, getting inserted right into Montreal, the place where he broke his leg a year and a half ago in the Eastern Final. Laying his body on the line to get to the Argos, to the Grey Cup there.
Might need a massage.
Gonna be a big game. Davis Alexander, Chad Kelly, first time matching up. Gonna be exciting. I don't know. What are your thoughts on this? I want to hear like an outsider's perspective on Toronto, because me personally, I'm going in with that biased mindset. Like we're gonna shit on them, but I want to hear some outside opinions on this.
Dylan?
Dylan, you alive?
Dylan, you here, bro?
Oh, sorry, I fell asleep. Well, he knows that he's already heard my opinion, but I guess I'll say it for the show. I think Toronto might be good next year, but they have 6 home games, 12 away games. They have a rookie head coach, a quarterback that hasn't played in a year and a half, and is coming off one of the worst injuries you can have as a quarterback. Like, we look back at 2024, and this dude was rusty after missing 9 games when he wasn't even hurt. What is it going to look like when he's coming back from 18 months off one of the worst injuries of his career? He might get it on later in the season. Don't get it on, Chad Kelly. He might get it back later in the season, but it's by then it'll be too late. Like they got some things to figure out this year before they can talk about coming back and contending. And I think they will in 2027, but it's not 2027, is it?
No, I think that's a fair point. I think we're going to take on a much different approach here. I think we have the mindset to go in and play 12 road games and just be hated. I think we know that basically at this point nobody rocks with the Argos for whatever reason it is. Maybe just because we're winners, but I think we have the mindset to go out there and make some noise in these road games. The thing is, I only think we need to win like 4 of them. So, I mean, if you can win 4 or 12 of them, then I'm feeling pretty good about the entire season. Like,
it's not 2027 yet, Kyle. You don't need to win 4 games to make the playoffs.
No. But what I'm saying is if you win 4 of those road games and you win all your home games, you're at 10 wins. And you can't tell me 10 wins ain't going to be good enough.
Well, winning all your home games is hard enough as it is. Like,
we've done it before with 9.
Yeah, that was a historic season that's only ever been done one other time in the 110 years of the CFL, or I guess the Grey Cups. But yeah, it's not easy to do. And only the best team, like, we didn't even do that last year. We lost, I think, 2 last year.
Well,
we won the damn break.
Historically, over the last couple of years, minus last year, the Argos have been pretty solid at home. It's not crazy to me to think that they could win 6 games there. Either way, you can trade back and forth. You could say they go 4-7 or 5-7 on the road, and whatever. Like, you can play with the numbers. Like, I just think they'll get to the 10 win mark. Maybe 9, but even 9 should probably be good enough. But next year I won't have to worry, right? I'll just be in. So
Yeah, the league folds after this year. Do you guys have any thoughts to add on this before we move on to my favorite game of the week?
Get over with.
All right, now time for the game of the week here. BC at Saskatchewan. We're going to watch a Saskatchewan win. And what are we looking forward to in this game, Kyle?
we're looking forward to hopefully some BC Lion Tears, even though I have them picked to win. Oh, we're not talking about that game yet? Well, you said you were moving on to your favorite game of the week, so...
No, we're talking about it, but why do you hate BC?
Oh, why do I hate BC? Well, because, I just got to hate on for BC, honestly. Their fans act like they're doing something special over there, like it's a big deal. I just don't believe in it. I just don't like BC. But
I love the propaganda.
I do think they are going to win this game.
I agree there.
Yeah.
We're going to defend that trophy. All right. I want to respond to this guy right here to my left. And I know he has a lot to say, so the floor is yours, Adam.
I don't want to have this mentality, but it feels like BC versus the world right now because everyone's out to get us, man. Like, this team has everything. We have the best quarterback, the best linebacker, Darnell Sankey. We have the best receiver, Keon Hatcher. Like, dude, we're stacked, and everyone hates us. This is our year. It's our time. And what y'all are saying, like, oh, like, I just want to see BC tears of joy, because we're going to win this whole thing this year. And it starts by game one. The sad thing is I can't really watch this game because I have baseball in Kelowna, and then I have the Knicks game that night. So it's going to be tough to, like, balance the Knicks game 5 and BC. But I'll watch both. But I'm so confident in my boys this week. I don't see a result that has Saskatchewan in this game. I don't see it. And I see think
took place in November.
What?
I see one that took place in November.
Last November.
Yeah.
You know what happened last November as well?
What?
You're 23.
We won the Grey Cup?
You're old, dude. You're old. You're really old. Okay, anyways.
West Final. That's what happened last November.
Yeah, the West Final. Because
I'm old and I still haven't seen a BC Lions Grey Cup.
That's not true.
I know. I just had to get you there.
It's not true. Yeah, no. Fact check, buddy. You're wrong. I'm not old.
Yeah, how old were you?
Yeah. What?
How old were you when that happened?
Like, I was 2. But the thing is, do you know
how many Grey Cups I've seen since I was 2?
Okay. Yeah, I'm done with you, Matthew. Can you talk, please?
All right. Well, I think I've done enough BC Lions hating for today. But I don't know. I mean, this game's really a toss-up here. Like you said, you guys do have a really good team. It's definitely not you guys against the world, though. Like, I don't know where this narrative is coming from. But
like a wolf on me.
No, I don't think anybody's hating on you guys except for us. But yeah, I don't think Saskatchewan is going to be as good as they were last year. I do think BC could pull out the win here. I can't lie. But once again, they're going to Saskatchewan. So it really, the fans could play an aspect there. But, once again, how many fans are really going to show up for that game? I don't know. So
I really do have
I
really do have a feeling, though, that this game is going to look a lot like the West Final game did. I do think BC's going to win, though. So that would be the only difference there. But I do think overall, like, just the game's going to look the exact same. It's going to be like 20-20, like some defensive plays. And then the offensive plays are explosive. Like, I think it'll be interesting. It'll be a good game. It's a good Saturday night game. Don't know if I'd pay for DAZN to watch this game. But it is a solid.
Getting into that right now. I'm going to talk about my team. I want to talk about my team. So I'll jokes aside, I definitely do think there is a good reality where BC does win this game, but I also will say I do believe Saskatchewan's going to win this game. We look back to the history of these two teams the last 2 years, which is basically the 2 years that they've both been good simultaneously with the roster they have right now. Saskatchewan won 3 of the 4 games last year, which included the playoff win. And the one game they didn't win, they were resting starters and still almost won while BC was playing for a home playoff game. The year before that, I believe we beat them in the West semis. And before that, I think the final score of that game was 39-8. It was the first time in a long time that I was watching a Rider game, and in the third quarter, I'm like, well, I don't have to stress. I know we're winning this game. It's been a long time since that had happened. I think we have the BC Lions number. I don't think Rourke has this Riders team figured out. And I know we're not the same team we were last year. There was a lot of changes on the defensive end, especially with the front seven. But when it comes time to play Mosaic, Rourke's not ready. Got anything to say about that?
That's not true because Rourke has cooked the Riders in Saskatchewan before.
In 2022, we missed the playoffs that year.
Okay.
It's 2026 now. The 2 years that Rourke's been back, where the Riders were actually good, he's been cooked every time. I think that 39-8 game I told you about, he threw like 4 picks and got benched.
Oh, get hit.
Right.
Do you know? You gotta see those intercept. Oh my god.
Some of them hit ball, but there was the one where he threw to, I believe it was AJ Allen, where there's not like a.
That was before halftime. That had nothing to do. That meant nothing. That was right before halftime.
There was like no BC receiver in 15 yards.
Hit me through the ball because lineman can't block. Whatever. Anyways, but this is a new team. You know what? Next week on the podcast, I will show you what I'm talking about because I have nothing else to say. You'll just watch the game and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Next week's gonna be interesting.
Yeah, you'll be like, I should have thought coming. I should have. Just.
Oh, I love that I'm talking shit, even if it comes back to bite me, because that's the fun of it.
It's going to. Trust me.
Oh, trust me.
I guess we'll find out next week, right?
Oh yeah.
You gotta tune into the pod next week.
Does anyone have anything to say about this game before we move on to the news segment? We'll just quickly run through the news segment.
I mean, yeah, BC's gonna win this game. That's it.
We heard you the first time. So on to the news segment. The BC Lions, right after we aired last week's episode, unveiled their new white uniforms. I will put them on the screen for the clips. You will not see them on the live video because I am not the producer of the show, but we've all seen what they look like, and I feel like we need to let the Lions fan give his opinion on these first.
All right, I got like 7 minutes before I have to go, guys, so I'll keep this a little bit quick here. But when I first heard, like, okay, we got a new jersey coming, it looks like it's going to be white, like, okay, this could be pretty sick. I was, like, really excited, and then I saw it, and I was like, nah, these aren't it. But the low-key kind of grew on me. Like, the helmets are sick. Like, I don't hate it. I just think they could have done so much better. And I don't like the white jersey, gray pants. It just doesn't work. I think you gotta go full white or full gray. Like, the gray and the white, I don't like. And then the whole jersey is just like, it's just a plain white thing with, like, gray numbers. It's not really anything going on in the jersey, which is cool, but it's kind of boring. And it's just, I don't know if I like I was talking to Derek about this. Like, how do you talk to, like, your dudes and, like, your uniform guys and have years of, like, making a jersey and you do that? I just think they could have done so much better. But it's not bad. You know, I might have to see what it looks like on TV, but I'm not too pleased.
What do you think, Kyle?
I mean, I think they're all right. They're not anything special. I do prefer, like, the gray uniforms that they had. I honestly wish they just kept those. I think those honestly look pretty clean. But I don't really like the numbers. I don't really like the nameplate on the front being white on white. Like, it's hard to see. Might look better on the field when you're not in, a bunch of snow and everything, and on pasty ass Rourke there. But
Fuck up.
yeah, no, they might look all right, but I feel like they should have kept the grays.
Matthew?
I honestly like those jerseys a lot. I do agree with Kyle though; those grays were really nice. But I didn't understand the hate at first. I was one of the defenders, the original ones in the chat that was like, these are pretty nice, and everyone was like shitting on me for saying that I like bad jerseys. But no, I was there and I was saying they were nice. But I think over time people are gonna stop the hate watching those things. So just like most of those jerseys, I feel like they're picked on too much when they first are dropped.
I mean, yeah, as what I thought about them was I told everyone straight away, I think that if you're a fan buying these jerseys, it's going to look great on you. You're going to love the jersey. But on the players, it's not going to be as fun. And as a guy that has like track stats and boots, I know the statisticians are going to fucking hate it because you can't read the numbers, you can't read the fucking names, and it's going to be hard to tell everyone apart. But I do like the design of it overall. It reminds me of like the early 2010s BC lines. I think that's what they were going for, but like the Andrew Harris days, I liked the look back then. I think ever since they got rid of that look, it's just been downgrade after downgrade until maybe the new ones. But like, I like the look. I do think they need to fix some tweaks. So like, there's no reason that text should be the same color as the jersey.
Fair enough.
Guys, I have to go now. Gotta go pick up some work, but I'm out. Great podcast. Keep it going, guys.
All right.
Love you all. See you next week. Lions are winning now. Trust me.
Not even a good.
All right, clip this. So when they don't win, we could just like refer back to this.
Dylan, I will wear some crazy next week if we lose. You pick my outfit next week.
Spurs jersey.
Huh?
Spurs jersey.
I don't have a Spurs jersey. The fuck?
I know. What do you have?
I don't know. Ask your mom. Bye.
All right.
All right. We'll
even...
finish this real quick. We don't have much left to do, but I gotta pull up my notes. Hang on. Poor attendance numbers. Actually, sorry, we'll scrap that just real quickly. It was revealed just a few hours ago that the Riders are going to be releasing 2 new uniforms. We'll stay on the uniforms topic. The first one is just going to be for the game later this month, which is the whiteout game, and it's called the Blizzard uniform. So I imagine it's probably going to be something similar to the Obsidian, which is like a green out jersey, but instead it's a whiteout jersey. I know I sound so smart when I say something like that, but it'll be interesting to see what that looks like. And the second one is going to be in October, I think. It's just going to be a throwback to the 1966 team. So, yeah. Anyways, poor attendance numbers. All 3 games had very low attendance rates. Is this something to be concerned about, or is this just a panic too soon type thing?
To me, as much as I want to hate on the commissioner and I want to hate on everything in terms of that, I am only taking the Hamilton numbers as the only ones that could potentially, as of right now, we'll see Winnipeg and Saskatchewan turn out to be a massive problem. Because there was like a 4,000 or 5,000 fan drop off from last year's home opener, and I'm sure it was on a different day or whatever. But still, I mean, when football's gone for however long it's gone, fucking 8 months, whatever. I mean, you're gonna want to go when the game's back, especially if you live in that city and you support that team. So it is interesting that dropped off by 4,000. Stamps drop off was like little less than 1,000. And honestly, that weather was so shit in Ottawa, I can't take that as real evidence. So, but I mean, it is gonna piss rain for half of the rest of their home games, anyways, probably. So, it is what it is.
Yeah, Matthew.
Yeah, I think I don't think there's much blame you could put on them for those games. For future games coming up, I think the Bombers are going to fall off in terms of attendance, but that's just, I think people are getting, I don't want to say bored of the team, but they have fallen off in terms of quality. So whether or not we continue to sell at every game, I'm not sure. And then Saskatchewan, that's just simply unexplainable. But yeah, I don't think it's fully the commissioner's fault just yet, but next year there could be some problems.
I feel like taking Winnipeg and Saskatchewan's attendance this week needs to be taken with a grain of salt because these are the two teams that are going to sell the most. One's having their home opener and the other's raising a banner. So it's obviously not going to be the same situation as it was last week. I actually agree that we shouldn't look at Ottawa's numbers because it was a shitty matchup and shitty weather. So who's going to expect anything else? And the Hamilton thing you already talked about, so I won't mention it. But I do think the Calgary attendance is bad because this is a team that had, like, at least their fans had a lot of hope going into the year that they're a good team now. And they, outside of two bad Jake Mayer years, they've been good for 20 years. And so there's no reason to not support this team. And it's a cup year, so you should be excited about what the team can do. Maybe they could be raising the cup in your stadium. And this might be their last chance to do that. So for it to be low numbers, especially against a team like Winnipeg, which is a good draw to have, great West Division opponent, this game could mean a lot in October. It definitely shocked me that those numbers were that low.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
All
the
right.
concerning thing too, just to add in a real quick note about that, is like they really do need a new stadium, and like I just don't see where that's gonna come into play. Like I don't know when they're gonna be able to get out of there. Like, is there already some sort of plan to get a new stadium or something? Like, because
I believe that there is, because Calgary's getting a hockey arena right now. I believe that they've already got a proposal done, and like I don't sit in those meetings with the mayor and the board of governors and whatever, but I feel like in the coming years we will probably see an approval for a new stadium.
yeah, no, it's probably bound to happen at some point, but just figured
Yeah.
I'd think about that for a second, because it does look pretty rough to attend a game there in general.
All right. Well, thank you guys for watching this week's episode of Canada Gridiron. Make sure to stay tuned with the show. Make sure to stay tuned with our socials. Make sure you can find us all on our personal Instagrams. And we will be at some games. That's all I really got to say. Thank you guys for tuning in. And